Good morning, welcome back to another one. It's March 30th. Justin and I tried to come do some exploring out here in Nebraska. It's about 5 in the morning right now. We're pretty far to the northwest side out here, and we ended up driving yesterday for most of the day. We weren't quite sure exactly what part we wanted to be in. We both have never been out to this state, and as we were getting to the border of Iowa and Nebraska, we ended up coming on two big snow goose feeds. We pulled over and got some footage of those. It's always nice watching them things come in, and there's actually a decent amount of speckle bellies that ended up flying with them. So it was cool to check those out. Justin ended up getting some pretty nice photos. Yeah, we drove, I think it was 11 hours ended up being, which really wasn't too bad of a drive. And we've been doing some scouting on Onyx the last couple of days, trying to find some areas that have a bunch of public land, and we found a couple decent big parcels that look good with a couple creek bottoms coming through, and we're gonna see if we can go out there, call some coyotes in, and then just do some shed hunting. We're planning on coming out here this fall for some whitetail and some mule deer, so we're kind of just driving around the state, checking out a bunch of different properties. We're gonna get the car loaded up, get heading out there. We're not quite sure what to expect. Like I said, we both haven't been in this property before, so yeah, we're gonna get headed out. Hopefully we can run into some coyotes.
How we dropping?
We got hand me a gun.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's 8 in the morning. We just walked into our first spot, and Justin went down to put the call out. His call is dead. Luckily, I brought mine with, but it's in the car. So we walked another half mile out to grab my call, and now we're gonna walk another half mile back in there. So hopefully it's worth it. But
Lesson learned.
I mean, absolute gorgeous country. Definitely ain't in Wisconsin anymore, that's for sure. But as our way in, there's dog tracks running. There's like these big sand trails running along fences just outside the thicket, all these cedars, and I think we got a good shot at something. Hopefully we can put something down. When we were actually driving out here, seeing a field that had all these whitetail in it, and I'm telling Justin, I'm like, hey, there's some deer out there, and next thing you know, he sees this coyote just hauling through this cornfield, runs right across the road. Hopefully they're in here and we can get some to come play. Spot didn't end up working out, but we just got to our second spot, and they got these access roads that you can drive motor vehicles down, so we took that down a little ways. We parked the Jeep about 100 yards away from where we are now, just on the back side of these woods here, and then there's a clear cut. It's like almost a big bowl in the middle of these, and there's just tall pines all the way around this bowl, and you can see for a good 600 yards, so hopefully we can call this big bull in there. Hopefully some coyotes up running through these pines. Well, it's about 7 o'clock right now. We were pretty much driving around all day. Got
doing some scouting for some deer hunting this fall. Decided to come back farther north to a property we were at this morning, but we didn't look at the south side. There's a lot more marshes on the south side of this property. We wanted to come and give that a look. And as we were kind of driving through here, we pulled over on the side of the road just to glass over this marsh and see if it was a spot that we think we could get up and hunt. And sure enough, Justin seen a coyote go barreling over this hill. So we went about a half mile down the road, and now we're gonna try to walk up what seems to be one of the biggest sandhills in Nebraska. And we're gonna sit on the east side of it as the sun's going down, so we'll be in the shadows. And if not him, hopefully there's some more coyotes in there. Hopefully we can make it happen. Hey, Aaron, should I do howls and then go into fights?
Well, that's going to wrap it up for first day here in Nebraska. Overall, I mean, it was a pretty good day. We covered a lot of ground, definitely checked out a bunch of different properties. Ended up seeing a total of 5 coyotes. 2 of them were while we were in the vehicle, one crossed the road first thing this morning. And then Justin seen another one before our last sit that we did. During that sit, we ended up sitting for almost an hour. And the reason why was we had a bunch of different coyotes hollowing back to us. Well within a mile, I would say all of them were in, and they were kind of, it's either like 3 or 4 different groups kind of all scattered out in front of us at all different angles, and they ended up meeting up. At least 3 of them ended up meeting up, and then they all started running right at us, and they crested this hill that was about 500 yards from us, and then dropped down into the bottom, and they were about 250 when they were running in straight at us there. And there was one that was standing still and 2 that were running. Justin didn't end up seeing the one that was standing still, and I was trying to get the camera on and then move my gun over, and it was just kind of rookie mistakes, but
A learning experience.
this is our first time ever being in the state, and we're definitely not avid coyote hunters, so all this is kind of new to us, but we're learning as much as we can. The nice thing is about where we were tonight is that we ended up hearing a bunch of coyotes all over, so we kind of got a general idea of where they're kind of running. There's all these little marshes in between these sandhills, and I think they're just kind of down there mousing and just living around there. I mean, there's a bunch of rodents down there. There's ducks all over the place. There's deer down there, and I mean, plenty of places for them to live and thrive. So I think that's kind of where they're going, and that's our game plan for the next couple days here is we're going to kind of target those marshes in those sandhills, and hopefully we can pull some out. We're going to fill the car back up, get in the hotel. Hopefully we can get some more running in, and we're seeing as much as we can and doing as much as we can while we're here. We're scouting for fall as well, and going to be back out here chasing deer in fall, but we're going to stay on this coyote game, and hopefully we can get them running in first thing in the morning.